Welcome to God Crimes,
a podcast that believes cult survivors are worth celebrating.
and the high control groups they come from are worth deriding.
Yay!
Yay! So, Danny, is it going well learning how to swear?
The only thing that I can say is shit yeah it is.
Shit,
baby.
yeah!
Shit,
Oh,
yeah.
look at you little spicy minx. Your fancy secular words.
That's right. Jehovah's Witnesses are prohibited from swearing, as it turns out.
Well, yeah, you gotta be good boys and girls. How does it feel? Like, even just now, like saying shit, yeah. How does, like, I can tell that you're like a little uncomfortable with it still.
You know, I have literally been trying to, I want to say learn, I guess, how to swear. Like, this has been like years in the making, and I'm much more comfortable now. But originally, it was really difficult, or uncomfortable is definitely the right word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, as everybody except for me and lots of people like me know, swearing has the main benefit of being able to express yourself fully. You can articulate yourself. You can pronounce like a point that you're trying to make. And then by and large, just have the full set of language to describe your world or your experience.
Yeah, and it's funny how arbitrary swear words are, too. Like, some words in certain cultures mean a lot more than in other cultures, and it's not like there's a playbook, you know, that I do remember talking to some friends in Mexico who were primary Spanish speakers, and we were teaching each other like about our swear words in our cultures. And it was just really funny because it's true. There's like a hierarchy of like the worst swear words to the like not so bad swear words. And as someone learning, it's like you kind of got to, okay, ooh, I'm going to like practice. We'll go easy. We'll go for like shit. Okay, I can do that. Nothing bad is happening. But you throw a fuck out there, woo boy, that's a much bigger deal.
Oh, yeah. I want to point out that one of my little nephews came up to me and was like, hey, I've never heard you swear before until I listened to the podcast. And I was like, oh, right. Even though this is more of a 18 plus show, of course, this information is available to all. And of course, kids are exposed to Jehovah's Witnesses. So it's kind of fair,
Yeah.
especially for kids that are around it, it's completely fair for them to gain an understanding from third party sources of information about the JW. So totally fine. But that just reminded me how sequestered I've always been with my language and stuff. And I was reminded of a movie that I absolutely love called Nightcrawler, and highly recommend to anyone to check it out. But there's a line in it where the crazy sociopathic guy is being sworn at by his employee, and the employee has a valid reason to be upset. He is upset at like the morality of what they had just done, and he has a lot of very good points. And, you know, he says like, oh, this is fucking crazy. And the crazy sociopathic business owner guy, he says, you know, I've never said a swear word in the presence of an employer ever. Something like that. And it just kind of stung a little bit because I literally remember when and where it was that I said a curse word in the presence of an employer. Like that, the same thing happened to me. I was 31. This is when I was working at campus security. And I remember just like saying the F word or whatever, just like to describe a situation. I was like, oh shit, that was the first time that I ever like swore in the presence of an employer. The thing that's really striking about this guy saying, you know, I've never sworn in the presence of an employer. The point that he's making is pay no attention to like the morally gross situation that we have before us that is of our own making. Instead, put your attention on the pointless self-regulation and pointless like taboo and negativity of just the language being used.
Exactly.
Yeah. And God, I just feel like there's a couple of reasons that are at play as to why the Jehovah's Witnesses don't want their people to swear. And I think it's two things. I think number one is just for image. These people are all about image. They're all about dress, grooming, and language, like, because it has to do with how they are presented or perceived in the world, right? So that's number one. I feel like they feel that they can score cheap points by not swearing, you know?
It makes them look a little more like holy. And
Yeah, and then there's that, right?
Self-reserved, you know? Like,
yeah, holier than thou, up on your,
exactly.
you know, you're a holy fucking high horse, right? And then secondarily, I think the more primary reason has to do with something that Brene Brown said that I absolutely love, which is the limits of my language are the limits of my world. You know?
Wow, yeah. Totally.
I sincerely believe that they do not want their people to understand certain concepts, such as bullshit.
Wow, actually, that's a good point. And also, swearing is usually something that's done like either argumentatively or to make a point or to express a strong emotion. And those are not things that they want their people to do ever. You are supposed to be a little sheep. You're not supposed to have a strong emotion, right? Or a strong response to something.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have the capability to perceive like a fucking horrible tragedy, for example. You know?
And say, oh, that's fucking horrible.
Or that, like, wow, shit's fucked up. This is not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember the first time that I really tried to understand, like, the term bullshit. Like, I was working at a gym. I was probably, like, 19 years old. And this was in college town. And the school had a bunch of students from the Middle East that were learning like oil engineering. I can't remember the name of the program, but it's an engineering school that has to do with oil extraction or whatever.
Wow.
And other resource extraction programs. But anyway, this guy's at the gym and he's an Arabian guy, but he's been learning English to go to this school. And so he was explaining to me, I forget how we started talking, but I'm behind the counter, just like front desk, basically. And then he's done with his workout. We're chatting. I made him like a smoothie or something, a protein smoothie. And he's just explaining to me how he had difficulty understanding bullshit. And so he explains to me like bullshit in one context, it can be that someone is lying to you or is just trying to like butter you up or tell an extravagant story.
Yeah, basically lying in general,
basically lying,
manipulating
right?
Wrong information.
Yeah, almost like telling fish stories, right? And then the other context that he went into was like, oh, then I also tried to understand what bullshitting is. He's like, it's just where you're like, you know, just sitting around with your friends, maybe having a cigarette and you're just bullshitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking. I mean, I would say generally speaking, it's kind of like, you know, not necessarily telling fully truthful stories, or it's kind of like gossiping. It's casual and
casual gossiping, maybe embellishing, you know, but you are still like connecting with other people at the same time. And you're trying to, I don't know, maybe make people happy, make people like you, that sort of thing. Yeah. And so I was 19 years old and I was just confronted with the fact that like, wow, I have never considered that term, really tried to understand what it means because I was prohibited from it, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And so like there were just like entire concepts that are fully necessary to like live your life that I was just barred from. Yeah.
I find it interesting, the emotional manipulation of forcing an entire group of people to have no truly effective way to express strong emotions. Like that is really one of the most important reasons for swear words. There are certain things and certain emotions that need a big word, you know, that's like, and that need a big adult word, you know, like I get like why it's important for kids, at least, you know, before they become teenagers, like to learn how to regulate their emotions and not swear. But when you're an adult, there are times when I think swearing is completely appropriate. It's an appropriate adult response to a moment. And you don't want to use it like out of control necessarily, unless you're sitting around bullshitting with your friends, right? But it's so clearly just another control tactic to keep people like using mental energy on bullshit, on something that's not important and keeps them small and keeps them quiet, you know, especially like if you have, you know, you stub your toe and you're like, the instinct is go, fuck, right? If instead you have to be like, oh, dear, that is uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's language that does not rise to the severity of the moment, you know?
And it's taking more effort and energy that you could just be spending experiencing human reality, right? Like,
Yeah.
once again, you're kind of thinking about the rules.
Yeah, you could just have like the natural expression that is appropriate for that situation. God damn it. Or
Exactly.
you'd be like, hold on, have to think about the right thing to say. Oh, darn it.
I really like your, oh.
One of the other important things about swearing is that it gives you the ability to build that group cohesion, right?
Yeah. Like with your friends.
Yeah. So like girls, right? They might want to call their friend like a bitch because it's fun. And it's very
fun.
in-groupy, right? Like,
Yeah, true.
you wouldn't just call a person on the street a bitch, right? But if you have a friend that you're close to,
Yeah.
you want to call him a bitch or something else. It's great.
That's actually really good. It's like kind of intimate language in a way too.
Yeah, I wish that I had a friend that called me a bitch and said that I love you.
Bitch, I love ya.
Oh, I love you, bitch.
Oh, thanks, bitch. See, we can be there for each other.
Yay. All right. Just saying it. Anyone that wants to just walk up to me on the street and say, "Oh, I love you, bitch," I graciously accept.
Nice. Okay.
right.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind, honey. I'll get home from work. I'll be like, "Hey, bitch, how was your day?"
That's perfect.
Okay, you got it.
Oh, yes. We call our dog a bitch, which is a lot of fun.
No, not really. That makes us sound bad. We recently discovered that it's pretty funny to be like, "Bye, bitch."
Oh, bye, bitch.
When you're leaving the house and your female dog is sitting there inside.
Yes. So I would say at this point in time, I'm a certifiable expert. Boom.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
swearing.
Okay.
Yep. It's going well. But yeah, the limits of my language are the limits of my world. It's really important to understand concepts, to have access to the ability to fully express yourself, to be able to, enunciate your thoughts. And, for any tweens, especially nephews that are out there listening to this, there are caveats to my endorsement,
definitely. Yeah.
Know when to use the right words in the right situations. And that's really a sign of maturity too. Like when a person can swear appropriately.
Yes, absolutely. Like I would say that, like, for me growing up, I had some family members that swore too much. And I remember being a kid and being like, "Hey, you shouldn't be swearing." I was one of those kids.
That's okay. I grew up that way. Yes.
Okay, good. It's almost like, for me, it was overexposure to it made me react negatively to it. And so I tried to learn how to not swear. But again, like you said, with social settings, there are just certain people where I start to swear more, or certain situations where I start to swear more. Or when I get really excited about things, sometimes I'm like, "Sorry, honey, I really did not need to swear just then." And it'll be nice because you're like, no, it's fine. Like, there are times when it is really appropriate to self-regulate, and then other times when it is okay. But it is a sign of maturity to be able to tell the difference. And, I don't think swear words should be taken super lightly, but I also don't think language in general should be taken super lightly, because you should be intentional with your words and your speech.
Yeah. People that never swear under any circumstances make me uncomfortable these days.
Absolutely.
Yeah. People that are just kind of artificially stuck up or feel just, all high and mighty, whatever it may be.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on in there? That's always my question. What goes on the inside of your brain that's keeping you from not expressing yourself?
Yeah, it's just that fakeness.
Exactly.
No bueno.
We here at God Crimes are all about authenticity. It is a stance and an opinion of God Crimes that human authenticity is incredibly important, and we should all be seeking it more.
Shit, yeah. The JWs have lots of rules for control. They control language, all that stuff. There was a particular story that I heard from one of my friends recently that just drove home the level of control that they have. The level of inappropriate control that they have or they try to have is really outrageous. Okay, so this friend of mine was house sitting with a few friends. They're all over 21, and what they were doing was they were just hanging out. They're playing video games, eating snacks, and drinking some beer.
Normal.
Totally normal. This is fine.
They were all over 21?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I couldn't remember if you said under or over. Okay, over. I feel
Over
that
21.
that's probably an important point.
Yeah, for sure. So these are adults, right?
Yeah.
One of the kids that was there, adults,
Adult.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's
Hey.
funny.
One of the adults that was there was emailing back and forth with a girl or something that they're talking to. Joe's witness girl, of course. And the implication was that they were drinking while they were house sitting and just like having a good time.
Sounds
but
nice.
but this is key. The kid never actually explicitly said that they were drinking alcohol, right?
Okay, yeah.
Just that they were like up late and having a good time.
The idea, just real quick, of saying, oh, we've been hanging out and drinking, but having it not be alcohol makes me laugh, because that term like means alcohol. But
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
I don't think that they actually use the term drinking because
Sure,
like
yeah.
that's too explicit,
tea
right?
and cocoa.
Tea and cocoa.
Yes, continue.
Okay, so fast forward, I guess that the girl that this other kid had talked to, like, ratted them out to the congregation elders, right? For what reason, I don't even know why.
just-
Maybe they felt obligated to.
Just the fact that someone that wasn't even there could, quote, rat out a group of adults to another adult. I just have to point out how completely asinine and absurd that is. Okay, continue.
Okay, so the elders haul in my friend into the back room.
Oh, my God.
And of course, he has, in these situations, you can either be like me and be like honest to a fault, or you can just try to fucking navigate the levels of inappropriate control that these guys have over you and try to just like survive, like without getting like fucking excommunicated, without getting privileges taken away, and like your
my
cult
God.
credibility, your cult clout. You
Yeah.
don't want to lose that.
No.
It's the only thing that you have, right?
Yeah.
So you have to lay your ass off sometimes. And so this kid, he says, oh, we were just like drinking energy drinks and stuff. So like when my friend said that like, oh, we're going hard tonight, staying up late and whatever, house sitting, like we were just drinking energy drinks. And that's kind of plausible. And you think that would be fine. Like, okay, case closed.
Yeah,
they don't have any
whatever.
direct evidence to suggest otherwise. So should be shipshape, good to go. But the elder has the audacity to kind of switch tactics, right? Like, okay, fine. Like, over alcohol consumption can be an issue, I mean, but they're fucking overrated, so that really shouldn't be. Who cares, right?
Some amount of alcohol is fine. They're not like, isn't it the Mormons that are like totally no alcohol?
Oh, that I'm not sure. So the rules with the JWs are you can't get drunk.
Okay.
Like you can have alcohol, but you're not supposed to get drunk or too tipsy even.
Gotcha.
Right.
So they were kind of being called in because they supposedly had been drunk. Drunk and disorderly was like what they were in trouble for, technically, according to the email situation here.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's unclear, but
Yeah.
whatever. Again, this is all personal stories, allegedly, all that crap. Anyway, so the elder then kind of switches tactics. The elder says, okay, so you weren't drinking alcohol, but you were drinking these energy drinks. Seems like he accepted that. And so he asks, okay, but were you drinking the energy drinks for the effect of the
energy
of like the caffeine is what he's suggesting.
Well, it's like sudden, like coming up with some new rule for some reason that's completely not normally a part of the J-Dub doctrine.
Yeah. So what's really funny for me is like this is reaching for sure. It's kind of like he made it up. That like the rule is, oh, you can't consume anything for any like for achieving like an altered state. I think that was like the thing that he's saying.
But again, like that's not a real doctrine. That's just like a made up thing in this one instance. Like kind of, right? Like it's not official. There's no official doctrine that says you're not allowed to drink energy drink for the energy.
It just blew my mind that this elder, again, I won't say that he was like a janitor in this moment. And again, I only ever say that because I used to be a janitor in the church. So like whenever I say, when someone's like, okay, so this uneducated janitor, that's often, I get to say that because I was a janitor.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
Who was also uneducated. Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have the right to say that. Anyway, so this uneducated janitor who has no like social degrees, this isn't even his kid.
Yeah.
This is just some, power tripping
fellow adult man.
Yeah, adult man. Some, not even a family member, who's like, are you drinking the energy drink for the effect? Policing him having, like, he's like, okay, well, he can't get in trouble for drinking alcohol because he wasn't doing that, I guess. But can I get him in trouble for drinking an energy drink? That's like what this guy's asking. That's what he's trying to do. Was like, are you drinking energy drinks for the effect?
That is such a creepy power control thing because they're literally making up new rules in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Super bizarre. And so this kid, he was really smart. I'll get to a point about that later, but he was very thoughtful about this, and he had a lot of good like rhetorical arguments. And so what he said to him was like, well, I don't know, do you have coffee in your cupboards?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, well, yeah. And he's like, well, do you drink your morning coffee for the effect?
Yeah, no shit.
And like it shut him up.
Exactly.
I suppose. But yeah, I was just like, wow. Like after you told me the story, I was like, oh my God. Like they're trying to get him for something that isn't a rule.
Yeah. And
like the underlying current of that is that, oh, like there is, like you are not allowed to attain an altered state in any way for any reason whatsoever. And yeah, I think it came from the guy not understanding that energy drinks are virtually the same as like coffee or caffeine. And he's like, I don't know what this newfangled energy drink thing is. I've never heard of it. I know it's not alcohol, but there's probably something wrong with that.
You know what? So many of these people, especially the elders, are so uneducated and so unaware of the world that makes a lot of sense. That he straight up was like, that sounds devilish.
It sounds devilish. So I'm just going to make up a rule right now and then accuse this poor kid of transgressing it.
And that's also why these groups...
Yeah, it's like bluffing too.
Exactly.
I mean, if he maybe he thought if he could just say that with a straight face, that the kid would be intimidated into thinking like, oh, maybe I did run afoul of a rule or something. Yes. But thankfully, this kid knew it's okay to drink an energy drink.
Yeah.
As it is okay to drink anything you want if you're a fucking adult. Exactly. It's fine,
And this just brings another good point up, that one of the reasons that these groups are so dangerous is that basically anyone who's willing to just manipulate their way to the top and follow the rules and then arbitrarily gain some amount of power, right? Any elder can then like harm other people and control other people's lives and cause immense stress and just like use their power. You go on a power trip and harm these other people in their community, just like really without much oversight at all. And that's one of the reasons that these groups are so freaking dangerous, because the people that are attracted to those positions of power regularly are narcissists and abusers and people that want to be in power and have control and do shit like this, right? To other people.
It's almost like that scripture of the blind leading the blind, right? But in this case, it's the power-seeking, uneducated person trying to dominate a diseducated, young person.
Yeah.
Young adult.
And a lot of the punishments can have like life-altering effects, which makes it that much scarier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this kid correctly assessed that they are, if he was, for example, caught for drinking alcohol for the purposes of having a good time, achieving an altered state. I mean, well, that's the fucking point of pretty much everything, Well, specifically, alcohol, other, it's to like relax. Yeah, maybe like after a long week, a hard day at work or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so they were trying to get him on that. Had to pivot. Didn't work. But it leads me into something else I've been thinking about a lot that's really similar, right? So I told you the other day that we were disallowed to clink our glasses
Oh
together.
my
You remember that?
God, I did. So, Danny just turns straight. I think we're like lying in bed, just like chatting before we fall asleep, which we do because we like each other. We're fucking adorable. And he's like, "Oh yeah, that reminds me. Like, yeah, did you know we weren't allowed to clink our glasses together? Like, cheers."
Cheers.
Freaking
Yeah.
blew my mind. What are you talking about? That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. What? Like, that is partly why we're doing this podcast, because there is so much weird shit that is constantly you're being reminded of or you're, telling me about. And this was one of them where I immediately had to be like, okay, hold on. We are not going to sleep right now. You need to explain to me right away why the fuck clinking your glasses was unacceptable. What is that?
Yeah, it's very silly, of course. I remember being a little kid and like being in, the lunchroom in like third grade or whatever, and like thinking, right, I can't cheers my little cardboard apple juice box with the other kids. No, can't do that. God's watching me. Not good. And
no.
like the ostensible reason for this was that like cheersing your glass, as you know, it's like a well-wishing or whatever.
Good
salute.
health.
Yeah. But like there's some, I want to say pagan origins to the idea. Like you cheers your glass to like slosh your drink into the other person's drink and vice versa. In case it's poison, you're both drinking the same thing. So presumably a friend would not poison your drink, slosh it, get it in theirs. And so like that's one reason. But then like it might have had something to do with like, oh, there's like a spiritistic reason as to why you do this.
Yeah,
something like that. We looked it up and like it's like a possible explanation. But like I think that I'm surely my parents heard this from somewhere else or like heard it from the platform, as we would say. Like they may have heard it in like a public talk. It's like, oh, well, there's like spiritistic origins to this practice. So make sure you don't cheers your glass. So then that filters down to me sitting in the lunchroom like, I better not cheers my V8 can with my friend Billy or else I might get the fucking lake of fire, So that's just what happens in the mind of a third grader.
Oh my God. Yeah. So you mentioned something about how it's like when you cheers, it gets rid of evil spirits.
Yeah, I think maybe that's it. Something like that.
Something like that.
Which was like the reason.
Which again, first of all, it's admitting that you believe in evil spirits.
Yep, which is true. Yep.
And then second of all, this is what made me the most confused and made me laugh is that getting rid of evil spirits seems like a good thing. So like, but even though they kind of believe in them and they're like, oh, but we can't do this thing that pagan people used to do to get rid of evil spirits.
Right. You know what it is? I think it runs afoul of their biblical fanfic.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? So it's like, yes, we believe in demons. Yes, we believe in like evil spirits, but like the way that they get rid of them doesn't correspond to our way of getting rid of evil spirits. Which, of course, to get rid of evil spirits in the JWs, you just have to slip that sweet, sweet coinage in the donation box. / do the cult recruitment work for free, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So I think that's like part of the deal.
Yeah.
All right.
It's conflicting fan fiction. I love that.
Conflicting fan fiction. That's exactly why.
All the nerds have to like defend their fan fiction ground.
Yes. 100%. Okay. And I'm absolutely going somewhere with this. So then like another thing, of course, like one of the reasons why they state that they don't believe in Christmas is because it has pagan origins and it just doesn't conform to their like fan fiction interpretation of the Bible, right? So it's a no-go. So now, imagine a kid that grows up in these circumstances and they're told like, oh, okay, I can't cheers my glass with other kids for evil spirits. No good. We can't celebrate Christmas because of the pagan origins, stuff like that. So these rules are pretty arbitrary, but like maybe there's like some form of a pattern happening. And what a kid will do. So this is a rigid authority that is poorly explained, right? So, and the rule set seems to be arbitrary, at best, not based on anything.
Yeah.
If you take rules such as like, there's no hitting your sibling, because that's harmful to them. There's no like tripping kids at school, even if you think it's funny, which it is funny, but you don't do that because you don't want to cause harm to another person.
Yeah.
You can then kind of like take a logical step of like, oh, I shouldn't throw this thing at another child because of these, based on these other rules. The reasoning is I'm not supposed to hurt other people, right?
Yeah.
But in a rule set like this, that's arbitrary, it's not really based on anything. So I remember very distinctly, being a kid at school and like some kid wanting to like pinky swear with me.
Oh.
Right? And I was like, this seems bad.
Yeah.
It seems like there must be some nefarious purpose or some weird origin, swearing is involved.
Exactly, swearing.
Is this some kind of a pagan Satan contract that I'm binding myself to? And so I just kind of imagined that as a rule, you know? Yeah.
I mean, a pinky swear is a big deal. So it is a contract of sorts. You cannot take back a pinky swear.
It is. Oh my God. I wonder if there's any like legal cases involving pinky swears.
Like, you know how it used to be that you could shake on it literally because people couldn't write, so they like a handshake meant way more than it does now. It's like that, like, well, we pinky swore, so
yeah. And so like it's just kind of, I was thinking a lot about this, like it's kind of a funny thing for a kid to do, but I also think what may have been happening at the time was this was like an adaptive strategy for me to survive in this high control environment. And I was trying to come up with like some safety and predictability, right? Because like, I don't want to run afoul of any soon to be coming arbitrary rule. So it's like, I look for opportunities to kind of like shut myself off from something as a way to make sure that I don't run afoul of a rule that's going to be coming or going to be made up or whatever.
A lot of sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
This is a concept that I know it's real, and I looked, I did some light Googling about it, and I couldn't find a phrase for this term, but I think that all XJWs understand this. And I think that people who maybe grew up in other high control groups, they might understand this, where you're given a set of arbitrary rules and you might invent new ones because they might start to conform to like this pattern that you're trying to make. Because, people, we're good at recognizing patterns. Mm-hmm. But I would call it an inertial belief, right? Where you have like a direction of travel of these other beliefs that like points towards bad things. And so you're trying to anticipate other bad things that are like them. So like me thinking, oh, pinky swearing must be bad because it has shades of similarities to these other arbitrary beliefs, right?
Yeah.
And I am supremely interested in hearing about some of your like inertial beliefs. Please write in to submit at godcrimes.com.
Submit at godcrimes.com.
Thank you. Yeah, like this is the shit that's the most interesting to me. Like, what does a child's mind come up with when it's raised in this type of environment? Or what are some like super fucking weird beliefs or rules that like you heard about growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, or if you grew up, as a Mormon, Scientologist, whatever. Like if you grew up in a high control group, like what are some weird ass rules that you heard about? Please write in. I'm endlessly fascinated. Please submit at godcrimes.com. It does a couple of things. I feel like it kind of reinforces the idea that you are not discerning, heavy finger quotes I'm doing right here. You're not discerning enough to figure out what is right and wrong. It's better to just do as you're told. And so that's like a top-down type of morality where, you are not able to figure out what is right and wrong. You just have to do what you're told.
Gotcha.
Like what is right and wrong is what we tell you to do.
It's like it's external morality based on a power structure and a rule set, as opposed to internal morality based on your own personal judgment experience, like instincts about morality.
Yeah. And like this is a crippling thing for society, like we figured out a long time ago, thanks to the Nuremberg trials, that I was just following orders is not a valid excuse.
Yeah.
Everyone, everywhere, in all countries and in all situations, it is the universal rule that you have to use your capable of thinking mind to determine what is right and wrong. And that there are just like certain things that simply are self-evident that they are right and wrong or not.
Yeah.
But that is like an example of like a lateral morality, like a thinking morality.
Okay. Yeah. Like we do expect human beings to have the capacity to think through. There's certain things that everybody agrees are fucked up and wrong and that you should not do.
Yeah. So like, I think it's perfectly fine to tell a 5-year-old like, hey, when I tell you to come to me, like you need to do that, and I expect you to do that, like no questions asked.
Because it's for their own safety.
It's for their own safety. Like they might be standing in the middle of the street after they just ran to go get their ball that they kicked into it.
Exactly.
It's like, get your ass over here right now.
Yeah.
Don't think about it. Just get over here. That's fine. But to like do that, and then to like expect humans to remain that way, like well into adulthood, and that is the expectation for Jehovah's Witnesses. They are expected to jump as high as they are told to jump when they are told that. And to like, there is no thinking about morality. There is no reasoning morality. Like you are not smart enough to know right from wrong. God knows right from wrong. And of course he tells these people what right and wrong is. So you have to listen to them,
Oh, that's so spooky. Like that it almost gives me chills just because of how quickly and easily that can turn into just a horrific situation, right? To have that much control over a group of people, that where the government body, a group of men that just sits down together and decides what God is telling them, and then everyone has been trained from birth to respect that as what is now the new right or wrong. That is horrifying.
It is horrifying.
And really, as a society, we should not accept that. That should not be acceptable because these people are among us, Yeah.
Top-down morality, it does not work. Society has flatly rejected that. What is acceptable is a lateral morality that expects people to think and to reason. Yeah. And that's better. We do not want a country full of people that are raised to rigidly adhere to authority that is also opaque, and that is bad. Ugh. There's something that's also been on my mind here. In the movie Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America, he's running around the National Mall, and he ends up meeting a friend out there, right?
That's a great movie.
Yeah. And God, what? I can't think of his name all of a sudden.
Ooh, fun fact. Captain America was one of my first movie crushes.
Oh.
He was just such a pure-hearted, hunky white boy, and he was totally my type. And I just remember being damn, I think if Captain America asked me out, I'd have to say yes. But then I looked up the actor, and I wasn't into the actor. I was literally had a crush on Captain America specifically.
Okay.
I think because I'm just such a good person. I was he cares so much. I don't know.
All right. Well, as your very progressive, generous husband, you have a hall pass for Steve Rogers' Captain America.
Excellent.
Yes, I understand that this is completely different from the actor Chris Evans.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
You don't have an attraction to that person.
He would have to be dressed up and acting like Captain America, specifically from the first movie.
Okay, I sign off.
Okay,
I sign off on this, even still.
Hey, I'm worth it. Just saying.
Chris, if you're listening, subscribe to the podcast, please and thank you. All right, so in the movie, though.
Yes.
That was a great little side story for a second there. Okay, so in the movie, his future buddy Falcon is running around.
Oh, Falcon's so freaking cool!
Right?
Wait, he's the guy that becomes the new Captain America.
That's right, exactly.
Oh, frick yeah! And that was actually a surprisingly good movie as well. So
yes. Yeah. All right, so he has a notebook with him, and he takes out his notebook to write Marvin Gaye Trouble album, I think it was. because he's keeping a list of things that he missed out on because he was in the ice for 90 years.
Whoa, cool, dude.
And so I sincerely want to ask for a Steve Rogers list for XJWs. What are some things that they need to catch up on, but specifically ex-Jehovah's Witnesses? Like, what is a list of these, like, really quintessential things? You missed out on this. You got to check it out. And so I understand we could do things like, the Beatles, but I mean, well, yeah, like you have the basic stuff, like the Matrix, maybe the Beatles, like other like quintessential cultural touchstones, right?
Cultural touchstones that really do matter.
Yeah, things that matter. But like a version of that specifically for JWs, like things that they were completely disallowed to like even check out. And so like one that I would put on the list is gonna be the movie Dogma by Kevin Smith. You remember that? Remember Dogma?
Oh, snap! Yes, I do remember that movie. That is a really amazing movie that seems to have kind of gotten shuffled away. Like, I was really shocked that I hadn't seen it because it has like so many famous actors in it, and it's such a good script. And list off some of the actors.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are the two angels.
That's right.
That like come to Earth and they're trying to like stop someone from bringing on the apocalypse, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like a really good examination into like religiosity and religious belief. And
Alan Rickman is one of the angels, right?
Alan Rickman. Oh yeah, he is.
Angel.
You're right.
He's an angel.
Yeah. That's right. And then it even has Alanis Morissette as God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's
I don't think
cool.
she even has any lines. I think she just
doesn't have any
smiles
lines.
and walks around.
Oh, but it is such a clever examination of religious belief. I believe it's catered more towards Catholics. Because I think the director, Kevin Smith, he grew up as a Catholic.
Oh, yeah, it has George Carlin in it, too.
It does have George
Carlin. As a Catholic, like, priest.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Dogma. We highly recommend watching that movie. And it just brings up a lot of really interesting questions as well. Yeah. And there's a lot of really great scenes about... I mean, it's ridiculous, too. It's definitely like... It's an 80s movie, right?
Boom. Yes, it is. So this is going on my Steve Rogers list for XJWs that have missed out on some quintessential things, but specifically that relate to deconstructing religious beliefs, examining them in an intelligent light. This is like a really fun way to do that. So it's going on the list. Let's make a list, y'all.
Heck
Again,
yeah.
write in a quintessential item to add to the list. Submit at godcrimes.com. Please and thank you. We're going to keep a list going. And I want to do like watch parties. I want to specifically talk about some of these things with other XJ-Dubs. So that's going to be on there. And then a second one I want to add is the television series Under the Banner of Heaven.
Ooh,
yeah, with Andrew Garfield.
Absolutely one of the best TV shows ever.
Yeah. I want to like kind of, again, do like a watch party or at least just talk about this with some other stuff. But like
Under the Banner of Heaven explores a Mormon character, like basically discovering a lot of dysfunction within the religion and having to deal with that. But it's also like a true crime series, basically.
Yeah, based on true events.
Yeah.
Some murders happened. I'll try not to get too much into it, but some murders happened based on beliefs of some fundamentalists that were like pulling away. But it follows the story of Andrew Garfield, who plays a detective, a Mormon detective, who in the process of unraveling the case discovers the beliefs that this group of murderers had and how they were actually founded upon Joseph Smith's actual teachings. And so while he's investigating the case, he is also going through that deconstruction process and just kind of pulling at the thread of these beliefs, and it just unravels, but in a really interesting way. And oh my God, the ending. I'm spoiler alerts. Under the Banner of Heaven. No, I shouldn't even say.
Don't do it.
Okay, I'm just not gonna.
Well, at least give our listeners a few weeks to watch the series or something.
Yeah, check it out. It's so bingeable. Check it out. Oh. But I think we could compile like a good list of just things that people should
Absolutely
check out if they're
love that idea.
XJWs or
I
other
really do.
ex members of some kind.
Also, our website, godcrimes.com, we are putting it together. We will soon be doing a big release of merch and memberships. So we just want to tease that. You can go to godcrimes.com right now and take a little peek. Everything's not on there yet, but it will be.
Yes.
Also, if you're listening to this not on January... What day is it? 9th? 10th.
It's the 10th.
In 2026, it's probably up. Yay for the
Yay.
future.
Yay, the future.
Hello to the future. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. All right. So I want to invite some literal feedback right now. The purpose of our podcast is for XJWs to live out loud. I want to encourage anyone that is an XJW to be more public about that, even if it's just like with your new friends that you have now. And to like, live out loud.
Yeah.
Live your life out loud. Don't be ashamed of like being an XJW. Like, it is a fucking awesome thing that you pulled yourself out of that.
Yes.
That is so incredibly, incredibly hard.
Yes.
And that is something that's honorable and worth respecting.
Yeah.
So one of the shirts that we have or will have when hopefully you're listening to this is a shirt that I will wear and I've wanted for a long time. And it's a shirt that says, "I'm sorry for what I said when I was in a cult."
I think we're going to make it into a card too, so you can give it to people.
Like, that's really funny. I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be wearing that because I believe it. I think it's really funny if someone walks down the street and they're like, "I'm sorry for what I said when I was in a cult." Huh, I bet there's more to that.
Yeah, probably.
But like, someone might ask you about that. And I'd be like, yeah, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and like, I'm really glad that I'm out now. And it was not a good time when I was in it. And I cannot recommend that for anyone. So that's why I'm wearing the shirt.
And I'm genuinely sorry for some of the shit I said and believed.
Yeah. And like, I think a lot of other XJWs feel that way. Like, I don't like that I was in it. And simply remaining silent provides cover to the religion that they do not deserve, and they definitely did not earn. They have not earned the protection of your silence. I believe that. I believe that. And I'm going to put that little sign on my body in the form of a t-shirt. And I'm just really curious if other people feel the way as I do. I really think that if XJWs are more vocal about their experience, like, it then unshields the cult. I think that you're going to find that people aren't going to like dog you about that. People aren't going to be like, "Oh, well, that's really stupid of you." People are going to be like, "Oh, wow, that was really shitty of this, abusive cult to do. Like, when you were just a child, that's pretty fucked up."
100%.
Yeah. And like, it shifts the attention and the negativity towards the perpetrators, not the victims of it.
Correct.
Yeah. So, like, I would really love to know, like, if you think that's a good idea at all, even if like you have no interest, like, in such a shirt, like, please write in your thoughts, because I genuinely want to know. So, like, submit at godcrimes.com, write us an email. Please and thank you.
We're really excited to be growing our fan base. And just to watch this little pod grow and take flight and have a shit fucking awesome weekend, guys.
Shit, yeah. Have a good weekend, you guys. Love you. Thanks for listening.
Love you so much. You guys are the best. And yeah, we'll see you soon for another episode of God Crime.
Bye.
Bye, bitch.